Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Deez. This is my workshop. Today I'm going to share some tools and things that I got with you. Unfortunately, a friend of some of our friends, their father passed away, and he had been in a home for several years, so the house kind of became in disarray. He had a big barn that had just all kinds of old tools, tons and tons of stuff. The house was sold to some flippers. They're just going to bulldoze everything down and just trash everything. So the family wanted our friends to go through and try to salvage whatever had value and try to help them sell it. And so that's where they came in. But in the midst of going through all that, they needed some help moving furniture. And they said, look, all this stuff's going to go to trash. If there's anything you want, go ahead and grab it. They didn't want any of this stuff. And with my interest in hobby machining, I thought, some of these old tools might be kind of cool. So we were in a hurry. It was hot. I just grabbed anything that they deemed trash. That I thought might have some value in it. I grabbed it, and I'm going to go through it in this video. I don't know how long it'll take. There's quite a bit of junk. It's all rusty. It's dirty. It's gross. So we're just going to go through it, see what's of value, see what can be trashed, and I wanted to share it with you. So let's get started. I'll show you what we got, and then we'll zoom in and just go through all the boxes and toolboxes together. Well, there's all the toolboxes and a bucket of stuff and a tote and another modern toolbox. This stuff was rusting and rotting away in an old barn, and it was just going to be bulldozed, trashed. I didn't go through it all terribly closely, so I just kind of threw it all in the truck, and I thought, let's go through it later. We can throw away what we don't want. But we got a bucket. We got a bucket of miscellaneous stuff. We've got a Craftsman toolbox back there. We've got another Craftsman toolbox here. It's pretty rusty and shot. Mystery box. I assume this is some tool of some sort, the way that this is shaped. It's locked, so we'll get to kind of see what a surprise is in there. Come over here, we got this old wooden toolbox somebody made. I'm not interested so much in the wooden toolbox. My friends want that, which is fine. It's kind of an awkward design for me. But I have seen these a lot. My uncle was a carpenter, and they always had these kinds of toolboxes. I think it's for long squares and just different types of things you can fit in these long toolboxes. But there's the tools is what I'm interested in it. Some of it's trash, some of it's not even tools, but that's what was tossed in there. We've got a lot of heavy steel, crowbars and pry bars and hammers. Some of these ball peen hammers I'm really interested in. So I want to go through all of that. We've got a red toolbox and a tote full of miscellaneous items. And there's the overview of the stuff we drug home. And what we'll do is kind of get you in for a closer look, and we'll go through all this stuff together. Let's start with this bucket. This bucket doesn't have, I don't think, anything too old in it. I do want to start, and let's just see what's in here. There's a plastic container laying around, so I just grabbed that. This was a U-bolt accessory kit. I don't even know what it's for. It was just laying there. So here's a gluing clamp kit for, I think you use pipes with it. Never been used. This mostly has clamps. There is a nice little flat bar. I can clean that thing up for prying. And then some nice, just miscellaneous bar clamps and things like that. They're not worth a whole lot, but and a three-way clamp. We got a new saw blade. I think it's a little bigger than for my saws, but hated to see that thrown away. That was going to be tossed. WD-40. Here's an old crimper. It doesn't cut, but it's a crimper. It functions, just needs rust cleaned up out of it. Scraper. I just threw a bunch of crap that was on a shelf in a box. Here's a nice C-clamp. Bigger C-clamp. And we've got more clamps that were spring clamps that were laying around. Nice set of pliers. Rusty. Got to clean those up. Some more pliers. Yeah. Just some miscellaneous objects for drills and stuff. Get these out of here. And a 1-inch spade bit, flat bit for drill. These were some unique pliers, Utica tools. So this is made in the USA. These are nice set. Another spring clamp. Drill bit, old Stanley screwdriver. Another set of pliers. I don't know what these are. Could be pit. They've been ground down, so I'm not sure what these were. And anyway, that's what's in that box. The rest is dirt and a bucket, or sorry, not box, bucket. That's what's in bucket number 1. Let's clean this up, organize it, move on to the next. Give you a bird's eye view of this. This is a modern Plano toolbox. I think I can clean this one up and actually use this somewhere. Let's see what's in here. I did grab a few things, but there's a socket. Looks like it's kind of custom made. It's got a nut or a bolt in there. You see somebody got creative. Must have welded that in there. Interesting. Made another one too. We'll go through some of the more unique things later on, but some custom tooling there. Here's a stone. I thought that was interesting. Sharpening stone, perhaps. There's another set of pliers here, channel locks. Not sure what brand. We'll go through that later. We've got a chisel. We've got a perfect handle screwdriver. I've done some of these. These were the ones that Eric from Hand Tool Rescue remade. So here's maybe an original style, but we can put a new handle on this thing because we know how to do that. That's pretty cool. Now we've got some, I don't know what type of clamping pliers these are called. Maybe they're for blacksmithing type tools, but I'm not sure. Glass blowing, who knows. Set that over here. An old drill, I suppose. Interesting. And what else we got? There's, well, just a coping saw, and then registration paper. So the toolbox is good. I thought I could use that. Probably put it in the shed with some tools or who knows what. But this will be handy. I mean, this is going to be trash, so I went ahead and picked it up. Got some cool little tools in there, and we'll be able to use this. Let's move on to the next. Let's open this third basket here. A lot of interesting crowbars and pry bars. Lots of papers. Another custom jobby. Okay. Made some custom handles too. I know that's for putting a new screen on a screen window or door. There's a lot of stuff in this basket. an interesting socket driver. These are just some bizarre tools. An old flat blade screwdriver. Well, there's what's in that basket. The rest is filth, and I'm throwing this basket away. We got this green tote we're going to go through next. I'm going to move this off camera because it's too big. This was sitting in a corner, so I picked it up. I thought I might be able to use this. Nice tripod of sorts. Figure someday I'll probably break the one that I'm using, so have that. Drop cord, we'll test that and make sure it works. I did find this, so grab these. What seems to be a pretty complete set of wrenches. Some pliers and some old-timey drill bits for those hand crank augers. But there's some really big wrenches in here that I don't have, so that'll work out. Just some, there's a lot of trash in here. I don't even know what's in this. Just some fasteners. Nothing to go through. Do that later. There's some crispy jumper cables. I wouldn't even trust these. These are trash. I'm just going to toss those. Sponge. More jumper cables that are maybe a little better. I don't know. These are a little better. I'll set them aside. Lots of odd little saws. Now this one's got a busted handle on it. Some sort of bracketry hanging. Oh, a wall swivel hook for mounting baskets or something. I don't know. Another old saw. Screwdriver set. Make it two. Even cleaned up, but they're pretty new. Gross, filthy. Everybody needs one of those. It's a custom hammer right there. Mallet. Drywall saw. Another little ball peen. These will clean up nice. These are good to have. Got liked his pry bars. A couple nice Craftsman wrenches, really large ones. Yeah. I can do some electrical work. There's that piece of handle for that saw. And it's another set of pliers. Alright, let's go through this wooden toolbox. Like I said before, a friend of mine wants a toolbox. I don't care about that, it's too big for me. But let's see what's in here. I suspect there'll be a lot of actual trash in this one. I did eyeball this brass hammer. I'll clean that up, that'll be useful. There. Tape, that's trash. I'm not going to use that. This is like some kitchenware's beater. It's just trash. Yeah, this is just from an old mixer or something. That is trash. Another clamp. A lot of mallets and hammers. Let's move this out of the way. Another coping saw. A sander. I'm probably not even going to bother with that. Clamps. Craftsman punch. It's nice. Screwdrivers. An old drill. We'll check this one out. It's got a I'll see if it works, but probably won't keep that. Stripper blade. Well, if anything, a nice piece of steel, but it's got an edge on it. I think it's for one of those long-handled scrapers or strippers. Maybe we'll figure out where that goes, but plastic tube. Drill. Wow, that's a lot of junk. Yeah. It's trash. These are for those drills, drill chucks. Anybody see one of these in a while? Leave it for a punch. There's nothing junk in here. It's not worth digging through. Okay. Anything? A lock. Okay.
Oh, don't touch your face. That's a hole. And food.
I'm gonna have to get a tetanus shot after this. This is bad. Punches that are in there. Any bleach tools? Nothing else to see here. Oh, it's foul. That's all that's in this box. I'm done. That was a gross box. Let's move on to this Craftsman. It's also pretty much destroyed, but let's see what's in it. I don't think these boxes are really recoverable. A lot of little tools. The guy really liked to make his own custom handles for files, but to his defense, these are dangerous if you don't have a handle on them. We will be getting rid of that. Some clamps. We may not take everything out of here this time because I don't really run out of places to put everything, but there's lots of little pliers, just some, this is stuff to be trash, washers and stuff. There's, not exactly sure what that is. Some more little wrenches. Some sideways, I'm sure there's a name of those. Another wrench set, another clamp, C-clamp, old screwdriver, a rasp, more pliers, a lot of pliers, a lot of these punches, or I think the guy was like a beekeeper, so I think a lot of this stuff was probably used for that kind of work. Just a lot of wrenches, open-ended wrench. Usually use that stuff when you're doing brake jobs and stuff. Interesting stuff. I'll go through this. It's a lot of the same that we've already seen. There's feeler gauges, pretty chewed up, but might be able to clean those up and use them. Yeah, a lot of the same type of stuff. I'll go through this a little more in depth later. I don't want to take all those nuts and bolts out. I do want to see what's underneath here. There are, well, another hammer, some grinding wheels, some drill bits. There we go, a drill index. Might clean that up and be able to use that. Just tap. Some of this stuff, I thought there was some taps and dies in one of these boxes. Hopefully we get to that, but there's just some grinding wheels, some, you know, useful stuff. Definitely needs organized. It's just thrown in here. Let's see if there's any goodies down in here though. There's an engraver. I think I have one, so I don't need that one. Yeah. Yeah. Screwdriver. There's a planer. That could be cleaned up, maybe. It's nothing terribly old, but it's gross. Just a lot of drill bits in here. Random, some odd stuff. Little cat's paw. Just the number of random screwdrivers is crazy. A lot of drill bits. There's a nut driver set. Yeah. I mean, that's about it. More of the same. A couple different unique things. Another custom handle. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to get this cleaned up and we'll move on to the next one. Oh, there we go. This is the one that had some taps and dies in it, which, you know, I could always use those. So they're probably... Oh, these are Kmart brand. I haven't seen a Kmart in a long time. Probably about as good as the Pittsburghs that I have right now, Harbor Freight. Yeah, they were $1 back then. They were made, so Kmart Corp, this is interesting, made in Japan for Kmart. And they were sold out of Michigan, but they're probably not that bad a quality, all things considered. I don't know about that. I bought a bunch of Kmart tools. This is made in Hong Kong. Just a little screwdriver set. Just a lot of miscellaneous nuts and bolts. Socket here or there. Wrench. Again, I think I'll go through this toolbox a little bit later, see what's useful, what's not. There's another, well, figured that'd be a feeler gauge set, but yeah. Oh, another driver. This one's probably 1/2 inch. Another punch. Yeah. I'll go through this later. Interesting though. Alright, the last thing that we haven't seen yet, I didn't actually open this box. I think it's a specialty tool or a case with a single tool of some sort in it. I don't know what's in it, so let's just do a bit of a surprise unboxing. I don't know if it has a key. I don't think there's a key. It's just a... I thought it was locked, but I don't think it is. So let's see what's in this thing. Oh. Yeah, we should probably not share that. I don't know what's in here. It's probably some private materials of that person, so we're not going to share that. It's a neat box. Maybe I can clean that up, but we're not going to share any of the information here in case it's private. So I was thinking there would be a tool in this. It was with all the other toolboxes, so we'll just close that back up. I'll look at that on my own. No need to share people's private information. There it is. That's what was in it. A lot of the same types of tools, a lot of scrapers and punches and screwdrivers, and I don't know. I gotta go through it and throw away certain stuff. I'll get a lot of this stuff cleaned up, and then we'll kind of take a closer look at some of this stuff. Well, that does it, folks. I have gone through all of those toolboxes. I'm going to keep this red toolbox over here. We've got, this is all going to be trashed. It's just gross junk. I might check out that old drill. but there'll be more that will be thrown away. There's a lot of stuff that just went straight in the trash. I don't want any of that crap. It is literal crap, soaked in crap, touched with crap on top of the crap. It's gross. But here's all the tools. This guy liked his hammers. He liked his screwdrivers. He liked his files. There's a lot of good open-ended wrenches, clamps, things like that. Some old tools that I can clean up. I do plan on, you know, this is a lot of probably miscellaneous type videos that I'll work on in time. But I really want to just get like a scrub brush, clean off most of the initial dirt and debris. Maybe not de-rust them all, but get a wire brush maybe and clean up some of the files. And just throw away the stuff that's really nasty and keep everything. These might be okay jumper cables. I don't know. It may not be worth keeping, but you never know when you might need a set of jumper cables, and if you got those laying around, I don't know. Might not be worth keeping. I've got 2 more toolboxes down here that we showed. Got a bunch of crap in those we got to go through. It's just a lot of old stuff that was going to be thrown away. I'm still probably going to throw away a lot of it, but kind of interesting to see. You know, you hate to see somebody's lifelong journey of tool collecting just trashed and thrown away. everybody, I'm kind of tired. I tried to time lapse that and then the battery ran out, so I just finished up that last toolbox. But we went through everything. I scraped off the real dirty surface rust, some of the real loose stuff. There was probably rats and all kinds of raccoons and just all kinds of rodents that were in and around all this stuff. So I just wanted to kind of clean all that crap off before we really start evaluating what we have and what we want to keep and what we want to get rid of, what's worth cleaning up, what's worth ditching. But I'll show you the aftermath here, what we have, and then we'll get in closer to a few more things. Maybe I'll clean one or two things up before we close this video out, but I'm certainly not going to clean all this stuff up before we close this video. It'll take me forever. But I'm going to decide what I want to keep, what I'm going to throw in an organized pile of sorts. Maybe I'll sell it someday. Maybe I'll give it to my kids if they need some tools, starter kits, things like that. But let's see what we got. This is what's left on the cardboard bench that I thought might be worth a second look and evaluating. I do have a tap and die set and a wrench. I guess I laid over here. Small pipe wrench, that thing's bent. I'll have to fix that. Some side cuts. Old Kmart tap and die set, kind of funny. But there, we got some wire wheels. You know, once I start spinning those, the rust will spin off. Just little, real tiny wrench set. Never heard of them. Oric or made in the USA. Most of this stuff. OXE wall or Oxawall or something. There's a nice drill index there. I'm gonna clean it up. I'll use it. There's just some other miscellaneous stuff out of that last toolbox. There's a ton of drill bits. Funny enough, I've never used these gloves before. I love these things. I've seen people on YouTube use them a lot, but these were in a pack in that same gentleman's house, and again, they were going to be tossed brand new, so we opened them up and we're using them. These are nice gloves. I'm going to get some for the shop. There's some nice side open-ended wrench with some side 90 degrees. I'm not sure what I'll do with this stuff yet. This is missing. It's a nice gun, but it's missing the tensioner for the staples, so I don't know. And then these, I'll probably trash that stuff. This stuff, I'm trying to decide. The stuff in the bin is garbage. The two toolboxes, that bigger one is trash. It's rusted. Just not worth cleaning up. These things aren't that old. They're not, you know, antiques or anything, but I don't know. That one on the top, I could probably clean it up and paint it. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't really want to mess with it. We'll see. I'm just tired today, so maybe tomorrow I'll feel better about it. This bucket, it's full of pry bars and hammers and that sort of thing. Real heavy duty steel stuff that's been beat on. We got C-clamps, quite a few of those. Some other miscellaneous clamps, spring clamps. There's a spud tool. Heard of that before. I've never used one, but I've heard of them before. And kind of a bunch of punches, things like that. There's a lot of these. These are old concrete drills, I'm pretty sure. So that's why they're mushroomed on the top. You just hold it, you pound it, you twist it, you pound it, twist it, and until you drill a hole in concrete. And this thing here is like a holder for these bits. But that's what those crazy bits are. It's a bunch of wrenches, just miscellaneous type stuff. There's some old screw augers. These are a bunch of files and punches and just custom handled stuff, kind of junk really. These are chucks for the hand wheels, things like that. There's a giant 2-foot pipe wrench, some stones, some more miscellaneous scrapers. So really nice. It's incomplete, that set. I threw away the case because it was chewed through with rat holes and it's just gross. But most of these are these SK Electrolyte. If you look these up, they're pretty expensive set. Really nice. I got some really big ones. 1/16" is my largest one now. But some of them are not the same brand and must have lost some or something. and they're not, it's not a completely matched set like this thing here. It's not, well, I guess it's SK Rain, but I don't know. Just doesn't seem like they're all electrolyte. Maybe they are. Maybe he broke some and they were guaranteed or something. This one doesn't look like it belongs. Regardless, it's a nice wrench set. I'm gonna keep that. Just a few other things to go through, and we'll have to kind of organize this stuff a little bit better. But I wanted to just show you the aftermath of going through all that, wiping down all the initial dirt and dust. It's still pretty filthy, but that's what we have. Just a few other things to go through. Well, everybody, we're going to close this video out here. Here's some of the things that I thought were of interest. I didn't show these before, but there's a couple oil cans here that really need cleaned up. One of them says Rainbow Pump. Kind of hard to see. Pump oiler. See if we can see who it's from. Eagle. So there's an Eagle pump oiler. I always like the Eagle pump oilers. This one's certainly needs some cleanup, but that's an Eagle brand. This one I'm not sure. It's full of oil. It's hard telling. There's really no markings on it that I can see. I'll have to do a little bit more cleanup later on it. But I don't. If anybody knows what that is, it's kind of a big oiler, but I don't see any markings as to what that is. There's a couple oilers. I'll get those cleaned up sometime. This wrench set, I'm glad to have. It's got some really large wrenches. I don't have really big wrenches, so some of these wrenches are going to be really handy to have just because of the large sizes. There's a lot of screwdrivers. I'm still going to probably get rid of some of those, but I do like some of the large ones. I don't have really large screwdrivers. A lot of pliers. This is a brake. I'm pretty sure this is a brake repair or brake drum kit tool. All of these components are to help you change brake drums. This has got to be a valve compressor of some sort, but I'm not exactly sure. Maybe if you know, put it in the comments. To me, it looks like some sort of a valve compressor. I'm just not sure. There's a planer, an old planer. A couple of these are junk, really. Grinder stones. I'll probably put a new handle on this and clean it up and add it to the perfect handle collection just for something to do. I didn't have one of these. These are pretty handy. The angle. You can find your angle, set it, and then you're able to scribe things with just anything that's not a standard angle. You can buy this kind of stuff for pretty cheap, but it was there. Came with all this junk. I'll get this cleaned up someday. The 2-foot pipe wrench. I'll clean this up. I'm going to grind off some of these edges and just get this cleaned up, sand the handle, give it a little varnish, and then I got a nice brass hammer, and we'll just kind of freshen all of that up. Here's a small, this needs, I don't know if I'll be able to fix it, but this has a pretty big bend in it. I'm going to try to straighten that out. I might even use some heat and see if we can make this usable again. It's a small pipe wrench. And really, everything else just needs cleaned up. Some of the stuff I'm going to get rid of. Some of it I'll probably give to my kids. I don't know, if you see something in there and you really want it, email me. We'll figure something out. I don't need most of this stuff. It's just I hate to see hand tools and old tooling get trashed and thrown away. So I tried to rescue some of it. A lot of pliers to clean up and go through. Like I said, if anybody out there sees anything that they want, hit me up in email. I don't know. If I don't want it, I'll part ways with it. I don't care. But I'm going to close the video here. It's really long for going through stuff, but I hope you enjoyed. And if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know. I don't go to estate sales very often, but this time I just hated to see this gentleman's lifelong collection of tools just be thrown in the trash. So I rescued some of it. There might be a little bit more at a friend's house that he don't want. He may pass that along too. But like I said, there you go. Estate sales, you can find a lot of old tooling, a lot of stuff that's probably going to go to the trash. So don't be afraid to find your local estate sales and see what's out there. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching.